Okay, bro. That makes sense right there. Okay, man. Let me, almost 98 agility. Okay, bro. Okay, bro. Okay, bro. I love this part of the stream, bro. It's just, Matt Lattery, huh? There we go. And I guess I'll turn up the gain for a little bit. And I'm gonna be eating a yogurt on stream right now because I just honestly woke up like 30 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. So I'm gonna be enjoying this yogurt that my wife also bought me for my birthday yesterday, and I didn't get a chance to eat it yesterday. We'll get a chance to eat it right now. So let's also kind of AFK here for a second while we eat the yogurt and take care of the intro. Come to Papa. You're early and late at the same time. Yeah, bro. As I was saying, I just woke up like 20 to 30 minutes ago. And and I haven't even had breakfast. This is my breakfast right now. A yogurt with like some granola and shit. I see my homie Prestige in the motherfucking building, baby. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Skits Tony live stream. My name is the most handsome man alive. I am the sexiest, most insane live streamer on YouTube, because every other website, trash. Twitch, trash. Kick, trash. Facebook, trash. Only good place, arguably, and or allegedly, because there's still some foul shit going on YouTube as well, but out of all the websites and video platforms, YouTube remains king. All right, and I, will always champion YouTube, as I am inevitably a YouTuber. How we be, ladies and gentlemen? How we be? It is Friday. You guys are seeing the title of the stream. We are going to get as close as we can. We're gonna get as close as we can. I see my fucking homie Dave, baby. We're gonna get as close as we can to level 98. And oh shit, it's baby Pipe in the house. Yeah. Good afternoon, my man, my big boy Dave, one of the biggest dicks in Venezuela as well. He might not be a YouTuber, or he might not be a streamer, but oh boy, he is, lurking on and about in this world. And what is definitely true is that this man is one of the most insane UI UX interface designers in the planet. And he's the man who always helps me up with my bullshit. And what's up, bro? How are you? Thanks for those words. I love you. And I also got to do this for once for the stream. You know, me and David, we share something together that not a lot of people share. And I'm not going to give you the clue. Well, you guys know what it is. I've talked about it before. But I'm not going to go so much in. But what I will do is bipolar kid. You know, maybe some of you caught it. Maybe some of you did not. It doesn't matter. This is between me and David and me. Big dicks over there, big dicks over here. We know what it is. And I'm on lunch break. How about you? Working right now and watching my brother's skits. Thank you guys. I appreciate it, man. I really, really appreciate it. So, and yeah, well, we're going to be playing old school RuneScape. We're going to be getting as close as we can to level 98 agility. It is kind of a grind. We are 497 laps away from 98. The bar is more than halfway at the very least, which is very good. And we're going to be, you know, eating some yogurt, talking about what we did for the birthday yesterday. My birthday was yesterday. I am officially now 37 years old. Jesus Christ. I can't even believe I'm saying that. 37 years old. I am as old as my mom was when she gave birth to me. Now I am at the halfway mark. My mom is 74 years old. I am 37. Jesus. You know, I've always kept like mental notes of these things, right? My dad had me when he was 32. My mom is 35 years old. 5 years older than my dad, sorry. So when I was 32, it was like very surreal because my dad was born then and there. And now I'm as old as my mom was when she had me. So it's fucking crazy. So, coño, sí, feliz cumpleaños, hermano. No sabía. Eres un crack son. Thank you, my man. I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, man, look at this. We got a feliz cumpleaños here from my wife. She, my beautiful wife, made it so that we would celebrate my birthday yesterday live on stream. And I also want to say thank you guys, man, because this was a pretty lit stream yesterday, the birthday one. Hanging out was, you know, very, very nice. You know, I love the job. I love what I do. I love live streaming. I had absolutely no idea that it was going to be like this or turn into this, you know, from like a traditional YouTuber. And I see my homie Equinox. Happy birthday. He says, thank you, bro. I appreciate you. Miss you, man. Sending you a big, big hug, bro. And, well, let's wrap the intro, right, before we keep on talking some bullshit. Guys, I am very blessed. Thank you so much. I have 5 gigantic dicks right now watching me. I bet it's Mark, Prestige, Dave, Equinox, and there's somebody else somewhere around there. And thank you so much. And, well, yeah, you know, with these 5 gentlemen and myself, what I want to say to you out there is, you know, I might not know who you are exactly, where you're from, what you do for a living, but at the very least, you know, you have to be a person just like I am, and Dave and Mark and Steezy, Equinox. All of us are human beings, and just because you are alive and breathing, and so am I just want you to be in your happy, safe, and cozy place. All right, love is definitely the most important thing in the world. Love is the most absolute giga chad force, the force that moves all things. And as long as we have that going on in our lives, I think we're doing right. And, you know, we're all figuring it out. We might be 35, 36, 37, 21, 22, even 15 years old, 18. Doesn't matter how old you are. You're still, you know, walking this or playing this game we call life. And we're trying to figure it out, right? So let's try to figure it out together. Have a good time and speak love, baby. You know what it is. And Skits, you only going up from here, so it's going to be 1 million subscribers. Hopefully, man. I would, crossing my fingers that happens, and thank you so much, my G. But, you know, I'm enjoying the marathon. It's taking a long time, and, you know, we got the 50 Cent mentality, you know. We got it's Get Rich or Die Trying with 50 HD, right? We need to find one of these images right now. You know, this is it. This is the man Curtis Jackson. All right. Get Rich or Die Trying. I don't really care about money. I do care about that plaque though. So it's, for me, it's going to be get 1 million subscribers or die trying, you know? That's the how I set my playthrough to go, you know? My life is all about, you know, I already have a wife, I already have friends, I got some stuff already figured out. I don't have to spend time looking for a wife or, hanging out with my family and trying to build, very significant relationships, because I already have those players in my life. I already got a wife. I already spend time with my family. We're all pretty united, and I could say I also have a very, small group of friends, and they're important. We got all of you guys right here, but especially Dave. Dave is somebody that I've known for a bit. We've been friends for like 2 years. We're both diagnosed with the same insanity. And sometimes it's a very bipolar thing, when I look at my life, because sometimes I'm here saying shit like I don't got any friends, and sometimes I'm saying, I do. When everything's said and done, there are people in my life, outside of my family, and I'm just grateful for that. And let's get that million, skid it. Yeah, and insane kids. So I think I really don't need. Well, you can never say no to more friends, right? Especially if those friends are good. Like, having more friends is a good thing. I certainly don't like to be 100% alone. Even though I enjoy solace and I enjoy my alone time, if you give me two choices, it's like one life, no friends, the other life, a lot of friends, I'm 100% of the time picking a lot of friends than no friends. Just because I don't see like a point or meaning in living life in solitude or being lonely and shit. I don't like that, and that's not me. Killer insane bipolar kids. So yeah, man. But there are still things in life I'm not so sure about, and there are definitely things in life I'm figuring out, and there is definitely like one achievement or one thing that has no comparison and no rival. When I tell you guys that the thing that I want most in life right now is, let's say, 1 million subscribers, or to feel like I'm already realized and I'm already like established in this YouTube shit and make money from, be monetized already and have like, let's say, a community 4 or 5 times the size of the one right now. And yo, big boy, how was your birthday, man? Thank you, my G is creative in the motherfucking building, baby. Welcome back. Good afternoon. Good morning. Good afternoon. And my birthday was insane. My birthday was amazing. It's all you could ask for, bro. Like, I spent the first half, streaming and hanging out here with you guys and just celebrating life like that. And then after I turned off the stream, I went to meet up with my mom and my older sister. We went to a sushi restaurant, and then we went to ice cream place, and then we went back home and we just kicked it. We went to my mom's crib in St. Romain, and we hung out until it was like 8 p.m. or some shit. And then I came back home. I played a little bit of World of Warcraft. I also played a little bit of Final Fantasy IV off stream. Man, Mark's going to be upset because I didn't grind only. I actually continued the fucking story. And now I'm like in this dungeon where Golbez is, and I got to go look for Rosa. I still have the same 4 plebs, but I'm in the hunt for Golbez and Rosa. And yeah, I'm going to have to apologize. You're going to have to forgive me, Mark, because I thought to myself, like, I need to level up somewhere else. And let me see. Dave is saying, I'll read it in English. Do you imagine you celebrated your birthday with Killer Insane, Kanye West, and Chino Miranda, smoking Belmonts and eating bread with mortadela, which is like ham? That would be cool. That would be insane. And bro, you continue the story off stream. Yeah, I'm pissed. I know, man. Yeah, man, I kind of got like the ADHD got the best of me, and I was like, I need to see what the fuck is going on after. And not that much happened. Like, you know, we meet Kane in an airship. I think we give him the crystal, or he's like, yo, meet us in this dungeon. And we entered said dungeon, like a tower. And Golbez is like, you got to come to the top of the tower and some shit. That's much, like not much plot happened, but I am admittedly there. And I did that off stream, you know. I'm very much enjoying Final Fantasy IV, so I was like, you know, I did not get permission to to live stream last night. And my wife is now hanging out with me here in the office. And I was like, you know what? Let's play a little bit of Final Fantasy IV and some World of Warcraft. And yeah, man, my bad, boys. And my bad especially to you, Mark. So yeah, but all in all, man, my birthday was as amazing as it could be. If I could have seen like my friends here that are in Venezuela, that would have been like the icing on the cake. But I got my wife, my mom, and my sister, and that's more than enough. And dude, like, I used to live with my mom for a long time, bruh. I probably moved out this year, you know, and my mom was my roommate for the longest time. And, you know, when you're living with your parents and you're like 30 plus years old, it's annoying, you know. I know a lot of us can relate. The economy is just fucked up, or maybe the life choices that we've made. If they involve like doing a lot of drugs and just being a fucking degenerate and fucking up in life, you know, you're probably living with your parents 30 plus. That happened to me. I know it's happened to other people as well. And it's not necessarily because of, you know, they fucked up or not. It's just the finances, the economy is so fucked up in 2025. It's impossible to buy a house or buy an apartment. So, you know, people are, you know, rooming with your parents and shit. And it happened to me too. And the WoW demon spread the lust of grinding towards FF4 as well. I lived with my parents until 29 years old. Well, you at least got you know, financially stable, quote unquote, or independent before 30. You know, some of us, again, you know, Dave, myself. Well, it's not a competition, though. It's not a competition, but you know, what the point is, we live with our parents for a long time, and back then, maybe in like 1960, 70, 80, when the economy was functional, you could actually buy a house, buy a car, fill that shit with food for weeks or months on end. Salaries were different, the economy was different, and hence the economic reality was different. So my mom was my fucking roommate for like years until I was like 35. There used to be a period between like 2016 and 18 where I lived with my girlfriend, but my mom was helping me pay for, you know, the apartment and the rent even then. But when that relationship was done and over, I went to live back with my mom. So I had to get married, and at 36 years old, I had to move out, you know, and it's going to sound crazy, but I really miss my mom, man. I miss my mom so much. Like, when you're in there and you're like, again, you're in that situation yourself, and you have to wake up, you know, you wake up and your parents are there and you're just living with your parents and you're 29, 30 something years old. Sometimes you want to gouge your own eyes out. You're like, fuck, man. Especially if you want to continue doing drugs and just play World of Warcraft for 20 hours a day. You know, I was still a degenerate when I was, you know, I haven't really changed as a person, really. I'm just not doing drugs, and I have a wife now, and I have a career, like, or not even a career. I have I have YouTube going on, and that's what I want to do. But, bro, I miss my mom so much, man. Like, now that I'm thinking about it and I'm living with my wife, the conversation could be, who is best roommate? Waifu skits waifu or mutter skits? And it's a tough one, bro. It's a tough one. My wife might not. I mean, I'm not gonna complain about anything. We're just gonna make fun of this situation. Who wins? Who's a better roommate, my mom or Mrs. Skits, my wife? Holy Jesus, man. It's a toughie. It's a tough question. And in Indian culture, parents want their kids to stay with them for life. That's amazing. I had 7 loans at the same time to pay the older ones because I bought too much coke. Yeah, I've never asked for a loan in my life. You guys have. I know Dave has also asked for loans, and he's owed a lot of people money, but he's paid them. He's a responsible man, and I bet you've already paid yours too. I think if I would have asked for a loan, I would not even be holding a microphone in my hand. I would be buried 6 meters underneath the ground because I was just that much of a menace and just fucked up and crazy. So, yeah, man, I really miss my mom, dude. And it's like my mom is only getting older with time. Age is catching up with her. She's 74, like I said, bruh. And I get to see her once every week, like once every Saturday. Or, yeah, once a week, every Saturday most of the time. And, bro, man, it kind of sucks, bro. Like, I see my mom, and I know I don't have a lot of years, I don't have 40 years to enjoy her, or 30 years, hopefully she lasts until she's like 100 years old, but who gets to be there? Like, what normal person gets to be 100 years old? Like, these are the people that belong in like Guinness World Book of Records or some shit that live like 100 or 110, even 120. And it's like, bro, I see my mom, and sometimes I even see my dad, and it's like time has done its thing. They're old and they're wrinkly and they're smaller now, and they just walk slow, and when they smile, bruh, and when I start thinking that my parents are going to eventually die, bruh, I don't know. I might be mentally retarded. Again, I'm getting emotional, bro. Like, I think of my mom, dude. One day that I don't want to ever have to go through is the day that my mom dies or my dad, bruh. Like, that day, I am dreading with agony. So I try not to think about it a lot, but it's just when I see him, bruh, I can't help but, acknowledge that it's time is running out, bro. And holy shit, man. Like, every time I can give my mom a hug or my dad, bro, or talk to them on the phone, I try to squeeze that as much as I can, bruh. And really, man, oh shit, it's tough, bro. It's tough. I love my mom to death. My mom is like, she's my one and everything, man. She's the person who's had to put up most with me, and she loves me, man. She birthed me, bro. Like, and when you think about, or when I think about all the years that I spent hating my parents for no reason, just because they gave birth to me, and at a very long time ago, Star Wars type shit. Yeah, man, I hated life. I hated my parents. I hated everything, and I just spent a time, an unnecessary or an ungodly amount of time hating them for no legitimate reason. You know, it was like from an emo perspective. It's like, I am alive and I am breathing air. It is a tragedy that I do not dare. You know? And now in retrospect, bro, I'm like, fuck, man, I'm such an idiot. I'm so cringe, bro. And dude, you know, my parents are insane. I love them both so much. And I'm afraid, man. I do not want to wake up and just like imagine not being able to talk to my mom or my dad. Yikes, man. Yeah, it's tough. And yeah, now I'm in 5 digits territory in my retirement plus my account. Nice, man. Nice, man. That's great, my G. So, teenage years are cringe. Yeah, man. Absolutely. My boy Retro, welcome back. The other Venezuelan menace. And yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to agree with you. You know, there are things that I could do well without in my teenage years, and one of them, I mean, I don't have anything objectively bad to say or anything wrong to say about emo core or post-hardcore, like the music. But the lifestyle, the choice to being emo, cringe. And it's like, I hate my parents, and my parents need to die, and, you know, solace is my truth, and depression is my friend, and, you know, all the lifestyle is just cringe. And the making the active decision or the active choice of hating your parents, cringe. Like, unless there are legitimate criminals, right? Or they abused you type shit. Okay, you know, fair game. You can be at odds with your parents and even despise them because, you know, they're not great people or good people. But my parents are as good as it gets. You know, my dad was very absent, but he was dealing with his own shit. And my mom was also dealing with her problems. But they love me, and they never, you know, they did their best. You know, I can acknowledge that or admit that. And yeah, man. You know, again, when that day comes, hopefully it's as long. Hopefully it's in 20 gabillion years. You know, hopefully, even like very naively, I'm gonna say, like, hopefully my parents will never die and I can always, you know, stay with them. That'd be like the best. But I know that's not gonna happen. You know, I know they're gonna go at one point. And I'm just not really looking forward to that, bro. I hate that day so much. And yeah, man, at least I got to spend my birthday with my mom. That's fucking insane. So yeah, you know, and what up, broskies? It's my homie Parbs in the building. Yo, man, we got a lot of the homies here, bro. Impressive, man. Thank you guys. Parbs, Retro, Mark, Dave, Creative. Everybody been showing up. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Again, well, we're not doing the most entertaining thing. We are just clicking agility courses. I'd like to talk to you, Skid Stoney, says this guy. Here's a present. I will be going now, though. He gives me a sapphire. Okay. And me, I'm just, you know, leveling up agility here in old school RuneScape, clicking my soul away here. We're going to be done very soon, bro. You know, very, very soon. And, I'm glad. I'm glad this is going to be done and over with. like taking care of agility. It's gonna be great. Let me munch on this yogurt a little bit. Wow. Will you play FF4 later? Not today. Not today. Not today. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday. But today, no. You know, what I was debating with myself, of course. What I was debating was, do I get 98 agility like today in 2 different like segments? So I might go hard for a bit here. I don't think I'm going to do 500 laps in one sitting. That's like more than 8 hours. But nah, we might just do one long agility stream, and we might get agility 98 either tomorrow, Sunday, or Monday even. And let's get 99 agility over with. Yeah, man, absolutely. That is the fucking game that I want to play. And the thing is, like, we get 99 agility. We're done with that. We can move on to the next best thing with this, which is actually enjoying and playing the game. You know, I might even take a little break from old school RuneScape, like maybe a couple of days, and just focus on other things. Maybe music and Final Fantasy IV, or just being a pleb in like RuneScape. But this is fucking excruciating, if I'm being honest. And stop progressing FF4 story off stream. Yeah. No, I'm not. When I open Final Fantasy IV the next time, I'm gonna stream it. I'm not going to play any longer without streaming. When I open FF4 and stream, you're gonna see me at like this tower dungeon. That's where I am. That's where I'll be. I'm not gonna fight like Golbez or whoever I have to fight right now. I'm not gonna fight him off screen. So yeah. So the betrayer. Hopefully we get Kane back, bro. You know, that's what I want to see. And Radia or Rose. We need a supercaster. Tella sucks fucking dick, bro. Like Tella is really useless. I can understand why Veg would always be like, Tella sucks, useless Tella. The only 90 MP and like not even like Fire 2 can take off like a group of enemies. You gotta use Fire 3 or Ice 3 or Bolt 3, and that's 30 MP per fucking attack. So you can only cast 3 of those, and Tella's useless. Hell no, bro. And I really miss fucking Dark Wave from Cecil. I don't give a shit about him being a paladin, really. You took such a good attack out. Like, okay, you have Dark Wave. Why don't you have Light Wave after, bruh? Or like Radiance. Call that shit Radiance, and it's an AoE light spell. Like, that would have been so cool. And Tella has such a low magic stat that his spells really do low damage. Yeah, bro. Like, man, we need a physical AoE dealer, and we just need somebody who replaces Tella, and that is Radia. Radia has very nice magical stats in comparison to fucking Tella. But Tella, get the fuck out of here, bro. It is excruciating, bro. And bro, it gets all of his HP away. You overestimate Dark Wave. It doesn't matter. You can always fucking heal. Give him a potion. Give him a high potion. Dark Wave's insane. And there's no good non-magical AoE in the game. God damn. Like, that's what I liked about Final Fantasy VI. You had fucking the blonde monk. Rising Phoenix would fuck up everything. And if you almost like wanted, you had Edgar too with the fucking crossbow. He was fucking insane. You had the thief with fucking Ragnarok. You had like very strong physical attackers. And I'm not saying Cecil is not like strong or Yang, but give me AoE, man. Give me physical AoE. Or give me a Radiance, give me a Light Wave. That shit would have been insane. If they would have implemented that in the game, it's like fucking but they did not, so. But anyways, my overall like impression of the game so far, it's good. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I like it. With all its flaws, it's still a pretty good game. I mean, the story is pretty nice. The characters are pretty nice. The mechanics are, you know, same old. You can grind in the game. I'm a fan of that. What I would change, the only things I would change is like the random encounter chance. Like if you leave a battle, you walk a fucking step and you fight again. That is diabolical. I would also change, like, I understand why fleeing and losing money is a thing. It's like you're a bitch, right? You're a bitch, you don't want to fight. There have to be consequences for being a bitch. You lose money. And what else, man? You know, give Cecil Light Wave. Or an AoE, like, light attack. If he has an AoE dark attack, then why didn't you think about making an AoE light attack when he became a paladin? Like, arguably the most insane thing about him being a Dark Knight is the Dark Wave. That attack is fucking insane. Even with the, you know, HP drainage. It's like, it's that good, it makes sense that his HP gets drained. Well, you take that away, and he becomes a Knight of Light. You know, as a Dark Knight, he has Dark Wave. Then fucking give him a Light Wave as a Paladin. Like, what the fuck is going on? Doesn't make any sense. And, you know, it should have been something like when he uses Light Wave, you know, everybody in the party, like, heals a little bit. Like, it heals less than what you would use AoE Cure for. But it nonetheless heals. Let's say it heals for max, like, 20 HP or 30 HP at level 99 or something like that. But no, you know. And he has healing, though. Yeah, he has Cure and all this shit, but there's no Light Wave. That is, for me, in my opinion, it's arguably the thing that stands out the most. Like, Cecil was Cecil. Dark Wave because of Dark Wave. Dark Knight Cecil, OP because of Dark Wave. You know, and now you got a fucking Paladin Cecil who doesn't have anything. Like, anything amazing in this kit. Like, is he a strong physical attacker? Cool. Can he vanquish the undead? Cool. But that, if you would have added, like, a Light Wave, that would have just made him fucking insane. And since you're an addict of grinding, contrary to FF6, all stats go up at every level. Yeah. If I would have to pick one or the other, though, I think I'd still pick Final Fantasy VI over 4. Just because there's some more characters, some more shit. I like the Esper dynamic. It's pretty cool. Espers themselves are fucking insane. I don't really like also having 48 slots of inventory. They should have thought about making that at least like twice as big. Maybe 100 slots for your inventory. Like, yeah, you can have multiple stacks of items. That's pretty cool. But if you're only going to have 48 slots in your inventory, it's like, oh shit. Cringe. They fixed that though when they did like the remastered version of the game or the PSP version. You have infinite slots. But in this Super Nintendo version, we only have 48 inventory slots. What the fuck is going on there? And you have like way too many items already in the game. You have like all these items that you use in battle, all the healing items, the remedies, the antidotes, and then you have the gear for the homies, and then like the key items. Let's say like the brothel card, the Baron key, whatever. You know, it's like what? 48 slots? You're fucking crazy. But hey, man, it is what it is. It's a very old game. It's got its like very outdated systems, I guess. But all in all, when everything is said and done, the game is fun. It's a pretty fun game. Not gonna lie, it's a good game. Good game. Now, let's mute the music for a second. These are bomb fragments from Tardic Wind and Zeus Wrath in battle, and it will make space. Yeah. Yep. Now, you know, I paused the music because I want to talk about something that I saw yesterday. And obviously, you know what that means. I'm going to clippity. You know, I want to make, at the very least, from this live stream, I want to be able to talk about something and make a YouTube video out of this. Now I want to make it into a habit, you know, that I can sit down for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. How many ever hours I'm going to be, you know, live. I just want to be able to clip certain things from the stream and make them into unique YouTube videos. So, is it spring in Venezuela? We live in the same time zone but opposite side of the equator. Right now, look, Venezuela always has like it's like a very stable climate all year round. It's just that instead of like, you know, your typical spring, summer, fall, or autumn, winter, we have 6 months of dry season and 6 months of rainy season. So it's supposed to rain for 6 months and it's supposed to not rain for 6 months. And that isn't even like a thing because it rains even when it's dry season and it doesn't rain in the rainy season. So, hermano, hablamos, me voy. Si quieres más tarde, hablamos un ratico por Discord. All right, my G. Claro que sí, papi. And thank you, my G. Dave, you're the absolute fucking unit. I love you, bro. And, yeah, for sure. Let's see about that. And I can't think of, ESC time, it's kind of 12:57 here, 4,200 kilometers north. And brother, you living in none of it? I don't know if that's for me or if that's for the homie Mark. So okay, I'm done eating my yogurt, thank God. And Quebec answers Mark. So, yeah, I want to talk about something that is kind of important for me. Because, well, I've been following this guy for years now. And who we are looking at right now in this beautiful website called YouTube, the man we have in front of us is none other than WolfeyVGC. 2 million subscribers strong. He is arguably one of the website's most insane Pokemon trainers. He is a competitor when when everything is said and done. Wolfey is known for being an actual Pokemon champion or master. He's one of these guys who always, he's played the games that most of us have played. The Game Boy games or the DS games, Switch games. And he's a competitive Pokemon player. He's actually a world champion. He could actually say he's like Lance or Gary or Ash because he's won the world championship. And arguably, he is one of the most insane Pokemon trainers. And he's also one of the best Pokemon content creators. He, if we go to his YouTube channel, he's got 1,300 videos, right? And he's got videos, let's see, what is the best rock-type Pokemon, for example? Why the strongest Pokemon ever failed to win worlds? What is the best flying-type Pokemon? And the story of the only unbeatable Pokemon team. What is the best fighting-type Pokemon? I found the worst Pokemon. I entered a tournament with a one-hit KO team. I hate these Pokemon. Here's why. I entered a tournament without a legendary Pokemon. What is the best Pokemon from Generation 5? Like, this man has a stellar YouTube channel about Pokemon, and sometimes it's about, Pokemon, and sometimes it's about, his experience at, like, these tournaments that he goes to. Maybe sometimes it's regionals. Maybe sometimes it's a local tournament. Maybe sometimes it's the Pokemon World Championship. And what's going to happen is I'm going to read chat. I'm going to see. None of it is like 6,500 north of Caracas, 6,500 kilometers north. So I am going to be aware that chat is happening. If you guys are typing, I'll know. I just won't read that much because I want to talk about what we're going to talk about right now, which is something going on with Wolfey, man, with WolfeyVGC or Wolf Glick. And, when you have these kind of videos, right, you see all these arguably nice thumbnails and the titles. It's Pokemon material, Pokemon content. It's all happy, sunny, very informative and shit like that. And then suddenly you have a video called or titled Moving Forward, and you just have this thumbnail where he's looking very, I think the adjective that I want to use is frozen. He kind of looks petrified. And frozen or petrified, not in a good way. And the video is 33 minutes long. More specifically, 33 minutes and 6 seconds long. Obviously, the video is not going to be about something good. Right? And especially with a title like Moving Forward. Just at first glance, you're like, what the fuck could have happened to this man? Right? It certainly can't be good. You're not moving forward from something nice. Arguably, you're moving forward from something very bad, or just heinous, whatever. And yeah, one of the reasons that I went to bed super late today, even because I think I went to bed at like 1 a.m. or even close to 2 a.m. was because I sat down and watched this in its entirety. And boy, oh boy, what he is going through and what he has to deal with, like right now, is absolutely terrifying and or terrible. So I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about that because I don't know, you know, it's just, you know, seeing a homie like him go through what he's going through. Not only is it like terrible, bro, it's just like I could, you know, kind of see myself in his position, even though what he's going through right now, I have not even experienced like 1% of it. And I'll get into detail, albeit very briefly. You know, I'll TLDR Wolfey's video and talk about it, and you guys will see, you know, what exactly he has to move forward from. Now, he is a Pokemon YouTuber or a Pokemon content creator, a Pokemon influencer, whatever you want to call him. One of the very best, one of the most informative, and as a competitor, he's one of the most decorated. And the longer time passes by, Wolfey gets bigger. WolfeyVGC, his brand, his notoriety and fame as a Pokemon trainer or a Pokemon content creator, he just gets bigger. He's more famous. He's more of a, like a legend than a human being. Sometimes you wouldn't look at this guy like a human being, like a person just like you or me. It's easy to look at him like a brand or a, you know, an object that is not human, when he in fact is very human. He's just like me and you. And the first thing that he's talking about, he's opening up to us that he's not enjoying going to competitions anymore. He's not enjoying going to in-person events, and more specifically the Pokemon World Championship. And one of the reasons why he's not getting the enjoyment from like participating in these tournaments is because he's getting sexually assaulted. Now, by sexual assault, fortunately it's not the R word, it's not something like insanely disgusting, but nonetheless what's happening to him is very disgusting. He gets groped and he gets touched in inappropriate places. Like when fans come up to him to, you know, hey man, you know, let's take a picture or whatnot. He's experiencing sexual harassment one way or another. Either he's getting groped or he's getting touched in inappropriate places by people he has no idea, he has no relationship to. And that's the first thing that he talks about in this YouTube video. And wow, my heart kind of sunk because I've been following Wolfey for a bit. I know who this man is. I very much enjoy his content. And, yeah, man. You know, when the homie is sad, I feel sad. Like, I think I have to admit I have some sort of a parasocial relationship with the homie. He has no idea who I am, obviously. But I've been watching him and following him over the years. There is definitely some sort of, like, attachment from my side to his. Parasocial, 100%. I don't know him. Never met him. He doesn't know me. He's never met me. He's never seen me. I'm not in his, like, domain. You know, I'm not like a Pokemon YouTuber or a Pokemon content creator. I'm not competing in, like, you know, Pokemon battles, card games, whatever. Right? So he has no business knowing me and probably never will. That could be the truth. So, you know, just like sitting down and listening to the shit that he's going through, and it's like he's going to these events, which he loves going to, by the way, and he's getting sexually assaulted. He's getting groped. He's getting molested. Put a bad taste in my mouth. And it kind of made me think, like, you know, if that's happening to him, like, could it happen to me in the future? Type shit. Like, what if I transcend or just become a giga YouTuber or something? Like, if I have these events, like a SkitsTonyCon, for example, could this happen to me? And, you know, it made me start thinking of shit that certainly could happen, but realistically is not happening now. But let's put like a stop there, right? And let's just put this like idea on hiatus for a second. Just the fact that he has to deal with this bullshit is just criminal. You know? I can't imagine how disgusting it would be to just get molested or like groped by a person you have no attachment. You have absolutely no idea who this X or Y Z is. And, well, the more famous he becomes, the bigger he becomes, like, the more of a chance he's just exposed himself to, like, witness this kind of behavior or go through, just because he's famous, he's huge, he's fucking insane. He's Wolfey, bro. Right? Or WolfeyVGC. And just hearing him say that, he's like, you know what, I don't want to go to any more, like, regional events. I don't want to go to any more Worlds tournaments because, you know, I get assaulted. And now he's so big, like, he instantly gets recognized, and he has to deal with, like, the consequence of having such a gigantic online platform. Again, man, in the Pokemon world, he's fucking like a Justin Bieber. You know? He's a world champion. He's one of the most informative Pokemon content creators. He's like a legend, bro. And, well, the fame is kind of affecting him. It's not letting... The fame's not getting to his head type shit. It's more like what being famous brings to the table. And one of these things is, well, he's now getting sexually assaulted by God knows who, by degenerates, obviously, when he assists and attends these IRL events. And he's so big, like, he's so famous that he instantly gets recognized And this guy is like a very, he's very low key. He just hangs out with his friends. He even tries to hide in the venues or in like certain locations just so that he can, be a normal person type shit. But he eventually gets discovered, and all this fan interaction starts happening, and he's not enjoying it, right? And he loves Pokemon. He loves competing. Even though he doesn't win, he's the kind of guy that has this competitive nature. He even says himself, there's like honor in losing, right? There's honor in investing a lot of time, spending so much time trying to crack out the 6 Pokemon that are going to eventually make you go to the top, be the best trainer. But even if you don't win the championship itself, there's a lot of honor in competing. There's thrill in it. It's fun. There's a lot of joy in it. And that's not diminishing. He still loves competing. He still loves the mechanics, the nature of the game, etc., etc. What's happening is that he's becoming so big that he's getting molested, he's getting assaulted, he's getting groped, and he can't enjoy these events or tournaments anymore. And it has nothing to do with Pokemon. It has everything to do with like social dynamics and just people being weird. And you can obviously tell. Like, look, you look at this fucking thumbnail immediately. You can tell this man is going through it, man. He's in distress. Like, it's not a light video. It's not lightweight. And I was like, holy shit. Like, not only do I feel bad, and my heart goes out to homie, I was starting to see several parallels between me and him. Even though I am 2 million subscribers under, I'm not as big or famous. I'm not as notorious as WolfeyVGC or Wolfey. I'm just, a Venezuelan streamer, YouTuber, with an audience, a small audience, but an audience nonetheless. And we have a community. We also have aspirations to make it very big. And there are parallels between, not necessarily Wolfie's situation and mine, but there are certainly parallels between him and me. And I'll read chat. I'll read it out loud after I'm done talking. I know you guys are saying some stuff, but I don't want to read it because I don't want to lose my train of thought. Please understand that. So, he has a lot of love for the game. This man doesn't upload a video that he doesn't find either some sort of value. Like, this man is so kind of like polite, Wolfie, that if he deems that the video is not entertaining, like if it doesn't have anything of value, and you think you're losing his time, or you're losing your time by watching a WolfeyVGC video, it doesn't go through, right? And my parallel is, he has love for the game. He loves what he does. He does it from a position of love. So do I. Like, I'm streaming, or I release videos that I think would be pretty good, or at least I have a positive association with it. Because if I'd hate what I would upload, or if I would hate being on camera for so long and stream for so long, like, wouldn't you guys think it's like fucking masochistic? Like, I don't see the math in, like, well, I'm gonna stream for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours and not enjoy it, or I'm gonna upload a YouTube video that I don't like, right, or that I don't think you would, like. Like, is the channel all over the place? Yes. Do we pretty much make YouTube videos about whatever? Yes. Is the algorithm a mess for me? Yes, many. But I can at least grab my own 2 balls or put my hand in my heart and stand on the fact that I love everything I do. I love every single YouTube video that I upload and every single stream. Nobody is holding a gun to my head and forcing me to do this shit. I think there's something of value that you can get watching any of my videos. You either laugh or you either get something insightful or you're entertained. Hopefully. That's why I upload what I upload. It's either because of that. Are they the best YouTube videos? Are they the best edited? Do they have the best script or the best story? Arguably not. But do they have what I think in my criteria stands the test of time? Absolutely yes. So, imagine losing the spark. Like losing the passion for this. It's like, imagine waking up one day, for me, and just being like, you know what? Today is not the day. I don't even feel like streaming. I don't feel like getting the GoPro and recording anything. You know what? I feel like doing nothing at all. And that day happens again. Then days turn to weeks, weeks to months. And there's just like a disconnect, really, because, again, the love is not there. Why would I do it? If I don't love the game, then why am I playing it? What's the point of live streaming so much and uploading and recording so many videos if there's not a love for the game? Why am I doing this? Am I masochistic? Could be. Like there has to be an element of madness if that would be the case. You're doing this, you don't love it, but I don't know. And I also started like daydreaming. I was like, imagine a Skits Tony con. And this shit would happen to me. And not only to me. Like, let's say I'd be with the stellar roster of G's. Let's say I'd be with Mark, for example. It's me and Mark. Because no matter how you look at it, Mark is very much part of this YouTube channel. All of you are. But I'm just going to use Mark as an example. Because Mark is definitely the person who's most invested here. Right? And he's with me all the time. You could even argue that he's part of the brand. He's part of the Skits Tony. Of the Skits lore and everything. So imagine me being with this homie. And we're like at a convention or something. Mark's just as famous as I am, pretty much. Right? Because if you hang around here, you know who he is. Right? Mark's here all the time again. Almost all the time. So imagine, no, it's not Mark grabbing on my ass. And I wouldn't have a problem if it's Mark because, well, we know each other. He's like my homie, bro. But imagine somebody else grabs his ass. It's like, yo, Mark, let me get a picture with you, bro. Let me get a picture with you and Skits. We've never seen this guy before or this lady. And he immediately grabs that ass. And then you got Mark looking at me like, yo, Chief, what the fuck's going on? And what's going on, man? dude, this person just fucking molested me. That's entirely on me. Now, what I want to say is, I don't want to minimize Wolfie getting molested. It's disgusting. But if you take it a step above, like, what if one of Wolfie's friends also gets molested? What if he gets groped? Just consequentially because he associates with Wolfie, he's around the man. Elbow's going to be flying if it's a guy. Elbow's going to be flying, period, regardless of who it is. Changing the person's gender doesn't make it any better. The fact is, you're still getting molested or assaulted. Doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman or a fucking ostrich. You're getting molested, bro. So, I don't want to go through that. I don't want Mark to go through that. I don't want to go through that. But if I'd have to witness Mark or anybody, let's say if it'd be creative, let's see if it'd be like Prestige or anybody. Let's see if it'd be Dave. Anybody. We could use anybody here as an example, because at least like the regulars who hang out here, let's say you had to go through that. You'd have to get molested or groped just because you're guilty of association towards me. It's like, nah, man. Like, whoa. Like, again, I mean, it'd be pretty disgusting. I don't want to say, it's not like I would have no problems if it would happen to me. But I'd have a bigger problem if it happened to somebody. Like, let's say Mark or Creative or whoever we're using as the hypothetical here. And, you know, you can't control the actions of other people. You're not inside these people's minds, and you assume or acknowledge that I think he even says it himself, he's got like 2 million subscribers, he's got 2 million fans. Well, out of these 2 million, there's probably 2,000 degenerates, right? It's a very small percentage. A very, very small percentage, but 2,000 people. Let's just say there were 200 degenerates. That's still enough. 200 degenerates is way too much. And it's disgusting. What this homie is going through is disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. I would hate to be Wolfie and to be going through what he is going through right now. Because what's alarming is, again, he's losing, he's taking actions. The immediate action is he's going to stop going to competitions, tournaments, and venues. He's going to stop going to places he loves to go. He's going to stop competing. He loves competing. He's going to stop competing. Not because of the game itself or the competition. It's because of the people, man. It's a completely outside factor, but a factor nonetheless. And you could also argue his, like, man, he needs to take some action for this bullshit to stop. And I see my homie Urban DX. What's up, my G? Kind of talking about something. I'm really talking about this, and I don't want to lose my train of thought. That's why I'm Like, I'm reading all the chats in my head, but I'm not reading them out loud so I can say what I have to say about it. So I would hate to be Wolfey. I would hate to go through what he's going through right now. And I would hate for the parallels. I would hate for me or to anybody associated to me. I would hate for that to happen to anybody, to myself or anyone in my community. So I just wanted to say that I watched this YouTube video yesterday in its entirety. It was something very painful. Or painful. Because again, the subject matter is dense. He's not moving forward because he lost a world championship. No, he's moving forward because he has to deal with being sexually assaulted and molested and annoyed and stepped on in the events that he goes to participate in, or in the Pokemon events, Pokemon tournaments where he has to participate in battle. They're not that fun anymore. He's feeling a certain type of way because people are doing something. And something bad. Something terrible. Something disgusting. So, and well, he's already taking measures. One of them is he's going to stop going to events. The other one is he's going to stop being in social media. He's going to have like a community manager for everything. He just refuses to see comments. He doesn't want to read comments. He doesn't want to watch what people say online, because sometimes, well, people get weird. People say weird shit. And he doesn't want to have to do anything with that. So he's going to stop running his Twitter. He's going to stop running his Instagram. He's only going to upload YouTube videos, and that's it. He's going to not even read the comments, because some of the parasocial dynamics happening to him, they are affecting him, right? Imagine you would have to read something like, I want to fuck you, Wolfey. And you don't even have any fucking clue who this person is. You're like, okay, well, part of you wants to say, like, gee, I'll take that as a compliment. But at the same time, it could be fucking, like, who's it coming from type shit. Is it coming from a criminal? Is it coming from, like, a sex offender? You take for default that the degeneracy is either, like, funny. It's like, it's supposed to be a funny comment. It has a funny tone. It has, sarcasm behind it. It's not real, you could even argue. But is it, though? Like, So he wants to disconnect from all these things that are developing noise. And, well, it's no secret that here we have a very unique, sense of humor. We all like to fuck around with each other from time to time. But that's because we know who we're talking to, We've already been hanging out with one another for a long time, and we have that, like, level of trust. And so far, as long as it's coming from a place of, like, memes, which it 100% is all the time. I know it. My peoples know it. Don't want to say any names right now. Looking at my watch, when is it sexy time? So, like, we it's different when Mark does it, or when a regular homie does it, than when a complete stranger does it. And what I want to say, the absolute of this all, or the point that I want to make, or where I want to get to, is I want everybody, myself included, to feel safe. And thank God, moving forward, in one way, is uploaded. It exists because now I can talk about this. Now, again, the situation happening to Wolfey specifically is disgusting. But in one way, it's also thank God, because now I can tell you guys what the plan is. All right? And what I am going to start, looking out for, or maybe even implementing if things start getting out of hand at one point. What is getting out of hand? Getting out of hand is when everybody, including myself, or including Mark, including anybody, when somebody starts feeling unsafe, or stepped on, or let's even take it a step further, molested or groped on. Because you can achieve that even if you're not physically there with the person. You can grope and molest and harass a person just with words and just with the behavior you decide to enact on. And if anybody, again, I don't care so much about myself when we factor in if it could happen to Mark, or if it could happen to Creative, if it could happen to anybody in here. All right, I could deal with it happening to me, but I wouldn't know how to deal with it if it would have happened to Mark or Creative. I don't even want to imagine that. First of all, I'm even starting to get pissed because, again, I can handle it. I can get all the hate and all the molestation my way. I'll deal with it. But it's different when it's the people that you like and you appreciate, and it's a community. It's different when it's Mark or Creative. So if there's anybody out there in the future, or let it just be known, if you're going to make anybody feel unsafe, there will be immediate consequences. There is a fine line between if it's a joke or a meme than the reality of it. And you are safe with Papa. I know. But the question also is, are you safe with me? Or are you safe in this environment? Or is anybody safe? So, I am not going to let one speck of dust, one molecule of any deed, action, intent, plan, motion, whatever, if you are going to genuinely disturb the peace and make me or anybody associated feel unsafe, molested, harassed, measures will be immediately taken. I don't want none of this behavior to exist. Again, there's a difference between it being a joke, a meme, and I'm fine with that. But the second it's anything other than a joke or a meme, or the second it starts going to uncharted territory, immediate actions will be taken. Because again, I can handle the bullshit one way or another, but I cannot imagine the bullshit happening to somebody I value. I wouldn't know how to handle something happening to Mark or Creative or anybody. I would probably lose it and just go and do something I might regret down the line. Because I am fine with you using me as a target for whatever. But I will not accept or tolerate you fucking up my boys. Or my peoples. So I just want to get and say that on record. Alright? Thank God this exists. Thank God, again, the video, not the situation in itself. What Wolfey is going on through, or what Wolfey's dealing with right now, disgusting. But it made me reflect on certain things, and I now know what I want in the future for myself and for my community. And I just want to let it be on record that if y'all are starting to feel unsafe, if somebody is going to disturb the peace, my fans or our communities, immediate action will be done. I don't want this to be an environment where people feel unsafe, where people feel like they have to be on guard or on the defensive all the time, looking out for fucking bullshit. So, I want people to actually feel safe. I want people to feel like they belong. I want people to feel easy, relaxed. That should be... This is like watching your favorite movie or your favorite television program or listening on to your favorite radio station. That's how it's always meant to be. That's how I want it to be. That's how I want it to be in the future. This is a sanctuary space. This is a place where we can meet and have in common and just relax and have fun and preach the good things in life and nurture and foster the good things in life. Now, I can't control other people, nor their actions, nor their thoughts, nor their plans. But if some bullshit starts happening, the action will be immediate. The consequence, the action taken, will be immediate. That's it. Done and over with. All right? Again, I could deal with the bullshit. I don't know how to deal with the bullshit happening to somebody associated. So, I just wanted to say that. This made me think, watching Moving Forward, by WolfeyVGC, or the Pokemon legend known as Wolfey Glick, or Wolf Glick. It got me thinking. And one, it's terrible. Just outright disgusting what's happening to the homie right now. And what he's going through. And the actions that he has to take. I'm not even gonna tolerate this much if that shit happens to me or anybody associated with me. So I just wanted to say that. Alright? I watched this video yesterday, or arguably today at like 12 a.m. And it got me thinking. One, my heart goes out to you, Wolfie, bro. It's fucking BS. But in another way, in a very isolated manner, thank God it's happening. Thank God you released that video. And it made me reflect on certain things. And I just don't want, I don't want, I would hate to go what you're going through right now. And I would hate for that to be the case for somebody in my community. So, that's it. And I see my homie, all right, we're gonna stop talking about it right here, right now. And we're going to put the music back on. Now it's back to business, boys. I see Suyesh in the motherfucking building, baby. You know, I have to talk about what's going on. You know, I have to talk about things. I am a YouTuber at the end of the day. Love whoever's putting them hearts in. Thank you so much. If it's Suyesh, thank you, my man. So I feel like we would be like a street gang all together. Yeah, we kind of move around like a mob. We do. So we be robbing people and stuff. We don't need to rob anybody, but if shit would have to go down like that, I bet it would, you know. But we're happy-go-lucky individuals. We don't want to disturb the peace. We just want to be part of the peace and just be degenerates our own way and not bother anybody. And just have a good time. We be robbing Pokemon cards. So, okay, I want to read some shit. Okay. So, let's read from here. Once a total stranger wouldn't put her hand in there under my underwear and grab my ID. Felt very uncomfortable. That's disgusting. Never a pretty woman that does this type of shit, SMH. In my case, it was a crazy one, like a 7 out of 10. God damn. Fair warning to YouTube viewers, I'm going to be that type of fan for skits, so don't even think about it. Look at me, I'm the Papa Down, yeah. I'm not greedy, I can share. Town is big. Town is big enough for the both of us. Elbow's going to be flying urban here. So, and well, the kills are stronger than any individual. Yeah, man. We have a black belt in karate with 3D Dan daddies. Ain't shit going to happen to us. And Suyesh in the building. What's good, bro? We were talking about something that's happened to the Pokemon Master of Pokemon Masters. The legend himself, WolfeyVGC or Wolf Glick. A Pokemon champion, bro, and just one of the best Pokemon content creators out there in the world. And he's going through some bullshit. I watched the video. If you want context, like, watch this video that he released called Moving Forward. It'll tell you everything you need to know. And I spent a portion of the live stream talking about, you know, my thoughts and emotions watching that, because it really made me look inside and, you know, kind of, yeah, man, like, because of this video existing and me watching it, I now know what, things that I want to enact on and carry on. So, and I just want this environment to feel safe for myself and for you guys. So, shit. That's it. So, I just mean someone picks on one of the gang and he gets jumped. Yeah. Now, criminal street jump things. Street gang things. Yep. Yeah, man. I'm 100% with you on that one. Is that a fucking rat right there? Oh, no, it's a squirrel. So, yeah, man. Let me okay. Yeah, I kind of want to be a good husband. I'm thinking Mrs. Skits, my wife, might need something. And 6K is a crazy milestone, insane grind. Yeah. Well, we're very, very close to hitting level 98, and that would be the second last level. 98 is just one number away from 99, and that's fucking it. Once we get there, we're done with this shit, and we can actually start playing the game, questing, and just being plebs. being plebs. And, you know, on the way, en route to 99 agility, we made some friends along the way. We got some old school RuneScapers in the gang now. And, yeah, man, I'm happy, bro. I am happy. Okay, so estoy abajo comiendo, ¿quieres venir? Yeah, okay. This is what's gonna happen. Mrs. Skits is down there in the restaurant where I normally eat chicken Alfredos. And she wants to see me. She wants to be a good wife and give me a kiss on the cheeks, maybe. And, yeah, why don't we take a very strategic pause. And, I will be back in like 20-30 minutes. And yeah, we'll continue the agility grind. It's not going to be the last one. I might actually even stream tonight because we did not stream in the morning. We'll see how it goes. But I'm going to go hang out with Mrs. Skits for a little bit, take a little break, and I will come back in 20, max 30. All right, she's going to go back to work, and I'm going to come back home and stream again. So, and it also is very strategic because now I can stop this video. Eventually, it can process itself, and I'll be able to clip the YouTube video I want to, you know, clip about Wolfey's video that I just saw. I have something cooking up, so I'll be there. Okay. And everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. There will never be any words that I can say, express, or string in a sentence to just show the gratitude I feel and the thankfulness and just the appreciation that I have for you, Majis. Suyesh, Creative, Mark, everybody, man. Urban DX, Prestige, y'all know who you are, the gang. No one is more important than the other. We're all the same. We're all boys. I want the same things for all of you guys, for myself, for you. Love, happiness, money, just good food, good times, loving your hobbies, music. And it will always be like that. It's always been like that. It is like that. It will always be like that. Not everything is sunshine. You know, admittedly, some bullshit does have to happen. Wolfey's going through it right now, but thank God it happened. Thank God it is there. And we can just call the bullshit and just say we can make this, we can really make this the environment and a place for all of us to feel comfortable, happy, safe, and cozy. That's the number one thing. Remember, guys, I love you, man. I don't even know how to explain it, but you matter. You are him. HIM camps. You got this. We're all just trying to figure it out together. And this game that we call life, we're all different. We all play it differently. But we can all meet here and say, hey, man, we belong somewhere at the very least. We're heard. We're valued. We love. We move on. And love you in the gang. I'll see you guys in 20 minutes, max 30. I'll be back. I love your faces. Thank you so much. And I'll see you in the next YouTube video or in the next live stream.